Many times when we come together to actually evaluate anime characters in general, many people are very fast to evaluate the strongest of characters simply because they're able to dominate the entire series. And sincerely, I wouldn't blame, considering the fact that most of these anime characters are always about power and strength. All they show are characters that obsess about getting stronger or simply strong enough to conquer the world. However, they fail to realize that only a few characters are powerful enough to take over the world with just their brain, without any form of weapon, Kamehameha, magic, or destructive power. Yet these ones are so tough to deal with thanks to the supreme level of their IQ. So if you've never for one day wondered who the smartest anime character is, then stick around till the end of this video. We will be finding out who the top 10 smartest anime characters are. Now, let's get straight into it. 10. Shikamaru, Naruto. If you're indeed a Naruto fan, you will definitely agree with me that when we talk about intelligence, nothing comes close to the character Shikamaru. He is regarded as one of the most handsome and smartest guys from the hidden village of the Leaf. But among all of these other comrades, Shikamaru was the very first one that became a Chunin rank ninja at a very early age. With his IQ level of over 200, he brought down many strong opponents by simply making use of his fantastic sense of surroundings and his flawless tactic execution. Although many may be of the opinion that Shikamaru is the laziest one of all the characters, we sure can agree that when it comes to strategizing a battle, no one comes close. 9. Sosuke Aizen, Bleach. With Aizen being the mastermind of the Bleach anime series, he was able to revolve the entire storyline around him and wasn't noticed until he finally revealed his identity, even after he had been with the Ichigo group for a long time. Funnily enough, regardless of the grounds on which you choose to evaluate the character, Sosuke Aizen, whether it be tremendous strength or his intellectual powers, you'll only see that he checks both boxes. Aizen was able to set up a plot and plans that would lead him to become the Heavenly King, and that kept him ahead of his enemies. And with that unbelievable reveal, he left even the fans surprised. At this point, we can't even help but agree that he sure belongs on this list as one of the smartest anime characters of all time. 8. LeLouch Lamperouge, Code Geass. If we're being honest, only a character gifted with so much intellect can make use of the kind of tactics that LeLouch used in defeating the Britannian Empire in Code Geass. The character is indeed a pure genius, with an ability to read the minds of people, keeping him far ahead of his enemies, and knowing when to make the perfect move. LeLouch's character is very dangerous, especially for his enemies, as he never chooses to step back from using, whether it be his army or the civilians, as a sacrifice, just so he can achieve victory. 7. Light Yagami, Death Note. Now this is one character many people try to put side by side with LeLouch to compare who's smarter, but we've got to agree that these incredible tacticians are simply excellent on their own level. Popularly called Kira, Light Yagami is for sure one of the finest anti-heroes we've ever come across. With his brilliant tactics, he was able to not only conquer Interpol, but also beat L in the mind games he chose to play. Possessing a Death Note and actually using it effectively are very different things. However, Light was able to properly balance the two excellently. And in every scenario, he made sure never to leave a trace on the scene. 6. Lawliet, Death Note. In the entire series, L is the only character that is aware of Kira's real identity. And of course, without his help, it was impossible for the Japanese police and Interpol to figure out who had been behind all of the deaths. And all he had to do was precisely predict all of Kira's moves. With no extraordinary power of any kind, and not possessing a Death Note, L was able to face a very smart criminal like Kira with just a sharp mind. 5. Koro Sensei, Assassination Classroom. This list will definitely be incomplete if we do not make mention of Koro Sensei, who was able to reshape a bunch of complete losers and turn them into the most elite students. He indeed turned out to be one of the greatest teachers. With his wide range of knowledge, he made sure to share all he knew with his students. And what had us all blown away was his style of teaching that destroyed the cliché methods and insisted on learning with practical knowledge and activities. 4. Saiki Kusuo, The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. While he was still quite young, Saiki possessed psychic powers that led him through his teenage years, and this made him quite superior to both his peers and those older. But while he may never show off any of the powers he possesses, he still stood as a tough opponent in mind battles. 3. Cars, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. With an IQ of 400, Cars is very much an insanely intelligent character, who is a great observer and strategist that makes sure to properly analyze his opponents before planning his moves. Cars was able to master his godly powers pretty quickly by making use of the power of the Earth's fauna, alongside some uncertain materials to his advantage, thanks to his high intellect. 2. Power, Chainsaw Man. If you're looking for a perfect role model for a brilliant person, then look to Power. This character possesses every trait that makes her deserving to be called the smartest anime character of all time. Now, unlike regular blood devils that aren't very smart, Power is built completely differently, with an insane IQ of about 1,000, 5 times higher than most of the genius contenders we've previously made mentions of. Power definitely wouldn't look like an intelligent girl at first glance. However, if you're a true fan of Chainsaw Man, you would agree with how smart she is. 1. Aoi Todo, Jujutsu Kaisen. This was indeed a tough pick, but finally we came down to our number 1 on the list, to be none other than Aoi Todo, who's definitely the smartest anime character of all time, with an incredible IQ of 530,000. While this number may sound very high, Todo is in fact incredibly intelligent. He was able to teach Jujutsu to Yuji in a way that made him capable of defeating special grade cursed spirits in the space of one day. Moreover, Todo has an unmatched thinking speed that helped him predict Hanami's moves in the space of microseconds. And to properly defend his besto friendo Yuji Itadori, he was to maintain his IQ level. Finally, we've come to the end of our smartest anime character list. We really do hope you enjoyed it. We've got to agree that this may not be the same for everyone, so make sure to let us know if you agree with this list, or what you expected in the comments section below. Also, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notification, so you don't miss the next upload. See you next time!